The price of gold keeps climbing, and right now it looks like a large portion of investors are stepping away from the crypto sector and redirecting their attention toward the precious metal. Strategy, who once again sold Bitcoin recently, promised they will resume buying later this year. Ethereum seems to be preparing for a potential dip before a sharp move upward, and XRP briefly broke below the psychological $1 level, causing a wave of panic across the community. These and several other interesting topics are on the menu in today's episode. Drop a comment to let us know how we're doing, hit that like button if we're doing at least a decent job, and let's get started. We're sitting here waiting for crypto to wake up, and meanwhile gold decided to take off. Today the price per ounce crossed $4,400, a level last seen on June 4th this year. And as always, retail investors don't care much about an asset when it's cheap. They start paying attention only once the price begins to rise. That's exactly what we're seeing now. Data shows that the largest physically backed gold ETF in the United States, GLD, attracted over $50 million in inflows within just 24 hours, marking its strongest day since March. That's twice the previous largest daily inflow recorded since early April. In total, the fund accumulated over $600 million in a single day, the biggest daily inflow since June 18th. And in the first days of August alone, investors have already added more than $1.4 billion to GLD. In short, the appetite for gold is back, and not just back but roaring, with retail buying at the highest prices since June, right at the moment when the crypto market is unsure where to head next. This massive appetite for the precious metal stands in the sharp contrast to what's happening with Bitcoin. Spot BTC ETFs swing between strong accumulation and complete lack of interest. In the previous episode, we talked about Peter Schiff's theory that gold rallies are often followed by declines in Bitcoin's price. It's starting to look like the man might be right, and if you didn't know, he's a huge gold supporter and one of the loudest critics of the crypto industry. Earlier this week, Strategy sold nearly $110 million worth of Bitcoin. This was their fourth sale this year, coming from a company that spent ages preaching the code of only buy, never sell. At the moment, Strategy holds over 840,000 BTC worth around $53.5 billion, representing roughly 4% of all Bitcoin that will ever exist. So really, nothing dramatic happened. They still hold an enormous amount. Their CEO, Phong Le, reassured the community that Strategy will resume buying later this year. A few weeks ago, he said this would happen once STRC stock reaches the required level of $100. Right now, one share trades around $95, which is very close to the target and represents a strong recovery from the crash below $75 in June, so it looks like the company will be filling the vote again very soon. Now let's shift our attention to Ethereum, because things are getting quite interesting and slightly concerning over there. According to ex-user NonZ and several other analysts, the second largest cryptocurrency might be preparing for a final capitulation before a powerful rally toward $4,500. NonZ pointed out that many traders and investors expect a drop below $1,500, where they plan to rush in and buy, but such a crash may never come. He believes the real shock happened in June and July and predicts another decline to around $1,537 in October, which could mark the beginning of the bull run. The analyst expects a jump to $2,200, then $2,900, and eventually an explosive move above $4,500 sometime next year. So yes, buy the bottom in October. The crowd never enters at that exact moment. They always wait for lower prices that never arrive, he concluded. Moving on to XRP, where the situation is muddy and bloody. Ripple's cryptocurrency briefly dropped below $1, hitting its lowest level in the past 21 months. At the time of this recording, XRP is trading around $1.02, a tiny recovery but still worrying for the community. Some, like ex-user CryptoBitlord, have already declared XRP practically dead, even calling it the most successful crypto scam in history. Others don't think the situation is that catastrophic but still predict an additional drop below 90 cents. Of course, many see the current levels as a perfect opportunity to buy cheap and potentially secure solid gains. Several factors support the optimistic view. Whales returned and bought nearly 400 million tokens in a single week. Some indicators flashed buy signals, and XRP network activity has increased significantly in recent days. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think XRP is a scam heading towards zero, or is a strong comeback on the horizon? We wrap up today's episode with ADA, Cardano's token. The cryptocurrency recently climbed to nearly 21 cents, its highest level since early June, but the bears quickly regained control and now one coin trades around 18 cents. According to Ali Martinez, we might see a much deeper decline in the coming days. The analyst noticed that the number of whales holding between 1 and 10 million ADA has decreased, suggesting that some large holders may be taking profits after the recent price rise. Additionally, Martinez pointed out that the TD sequential indicator flashed a sell signal. In his view, the combination of these negative factors could lead to a drop to 17 and even 14 cents in the short term. That's all for today, gang. Have a great and successful day and see you tomorrow.